パ
本当になんてやつだ。
限界のその先、これが真の身勝手の極意だ。この後すぐ。
1 week after the events at the restaurant, Group 4 was completely devastated emotionally. Despite this, they were in excellent physical condition. Their patrols were top-notch, and they followed orders without hesitation. Aki didn't speak to anyone, only saying yes and no. Power simply nodded, or shook her head slowly, or quickly to avoid the hassle of speaking. Denji didn't even speak. He simply killed the demon, and that was it. He no longer cared whether the demon suffered or not. They finished their mission quickly and left. Time had passed, and the house, despite having only 3 people, felt empty. Breakfasts were silent. Power and Denji didn't fight anymore. Aki was no longer the one keeping order since there was no chaos. The living room was quiet. Silence, and the sounds of nodding were now commonplace. The sound of footsteps at the door was like an alarm for them. They would get up to see who it was. But it was just a newspaper boy or a girl dropping off a flyer. The presence of an adult in the house was sorely missed. Goku's giant black truck, even though Denji and Aki washed it, didn't fill them up. They only used the bag to take out money to pay the bills or buy food. They felt empty inside. Upon seeing this situation, Makima would put Denji and Power through training, while she would help Aki emotionally by working with him. Meanwhile, the other 2 were in front of Himina's grave. Kishibe, I see you are the devil hunters Makima sent me to train. Tell me, do you care about the lives of your comrades? The 2 would answer in a subdued manner. Denji, it depends. Power, I don't know. Kishibe, which side are they on? Humans or demons? Denji, I don't care. Power, I don't know. Whoever wins. Kishibe, do they feel guilty about losing that Son Goku guy? They both froze upon hearing that name. Denji felt a chill run through his body, while Power's hands and legs trembled. She didn't know what to say. Then Denji took her by the shoulder and said, Denji, he abandoned us. Do you think we care about knowing anything about him? Kishibe, they have an 80. Denji, Power, did it put us to the test? Kishibe, I see you have feelings, but I've seen how you work. You're good at killing, and I've never seen you hesitate since he left the association. The only thing I'll tell you is that the very day he left, he came to my office to tell me to warn you about something when I train you. He's not on any side, but even so, if you happen to see him, don't hesitate to attack him, because he's an enemy. Denji, so what? Just because you say so doesn't mean we're going to fall for that lie, you old bastard. Power, I agree. That crap you're spouting makes no sense, you scoundrel. Kishibe, you can't reason with them with words. Fine, I'll do it my way, Makima. You can leave, I'll take care of this. Makima, okay, goodbye. Power, what are you going to do, old man? Denji, he's definitely lacking in brainpower. Hey idiot, we outnumber you. Kishibe then stepped between the 2 and hugged them around the neck. He looked at the sky normally, and slowly began to tighten his grip. Kishibe, I feel good when they call me master. So call me that. Besides, you came here to train, not to argue with me. Power, whatever you say, but you're not going to beat us, you tasty old man. Denji, for his part, knew what the old man would do, so using his tie, he silently placed it on his right hand to hide it. Denji, I understand, master. At that moment, Kishibe quickly tightened his suffocating grip on Power and Denji, but the latter grabbed his tie and swiftly placed it around Kishibe's neck to tighten it. Power, for her part, created a dagger and tried to stab the old man, but seeing how clever they were, he let go and cut Denji's tie to free himself. Kishibe, I didn't expect this result. It's incredible, and to think they used to call them retarded. Denji, yeah. Well, those idiots don't have the balls to face what we faced. Power, that's it. Kishibe gave a slight smile, and drew his dagger again to look at Power, and then at Denji. Without thinking, he swiftly cut Power's throat, causing her to clutch her neck trying to stop the bleeding. Denji tried to help her, but Kishibe grabbed him by the neck and began to choke him with great force. Denji felt the crushing weight of the older man against him, bending him and causing him to begin losing consciousness. Denji then took Kishibe's package and looked at it. Denji, H harder D-Daddy. Kishibe would instantly try to break his neck, but Denji would squeeze his balls, surprising the older man and leaving him exposed. Denji took advantage of this and broke free to go to Power. Kishibe took the package and, still in pain, smiled. Kishibe, clever move, kid. Seduce your opponent, then strike low and escape their clutches. Someone taught you how to fight. Denji, in my free time, Goku would grab my leg and make me train in hand-to-hand combat. It was a drag, but he was doing his duty to teach. Now you try it. Power. That explains why you never had the energy to fight me or go on patrol missions. Denji, well, I was really acting there. Power, you're a fucking idiot. Denji, whatever you say, bitch, get up. The master seems to be giving us the fight of our lives. Power, let's hope so. At that moment, Kishibe stood up as the other two did the same. Denji pulled a retractable knife from his pocket to fight, while Power created a hammer. Kishibe drew his dagger again and looked seriously at the two boys, waiting for their next move. Without hesitation, Denji started running towards Kishibe to deliver a side slash, but the old man dodged the attack. Then, using his speed, he ducked to avoid Power's hammer blow. Power tried to sweep Denji off his feet, but he jumped and did a backflip, crashing into a gravestone. Seeing this, Denji threw a central kick to push the old man away, but Power took advantage and stabbed Denji's foot, pulling his dagger from his foot and then plunging it into Denji's leg. Denji groaned in pain, then jumped and, in midair, delivered a left side kick to Kishibe's face. Kishibe blocked the attack and then grabbed Denji's leg to pull him closer, but before he could stab him, Power struck him with a hammer to his back. Kishibe would feel the blow and try to turn around, but Denji would jump again and kick him in the face, which did connect. Denji was about to celebrate when he saw Power on the ground, knocked out and bleeding. Then he felt a sharp pain in his stomach, followed by blood running down his neck and over his tongue, causing him to vomit blood. It was the first time he had ever felt such a painful stab wound. When the pain subsided, he fell to the ground. Upon impact, he began to feel dizzy. A buzzing sound began in his ears, and then his vision went black before he closed his eyes. Kishibe knew they were immortal because of Makima and Goku, except for Power, but something inside him made him see them unconscious. He hoped they would wake up, but the only one who did was Power, who had still lost a lot of blood. Kishibe gave her and Denji blood when he saw that Denji wasn't waking up. Power started to worry when she saw him still unresponsive. She took the blood bag and made Denji drink all of it. Power, please, Kishibe. Power, no. Please answer. She began to shake him vigorously, and little by little she began to feel a lump in her throat. She felt very bad and very stressed. Denji still hadn't responded, and she was already starting to panic. Power, wake up! Wake up already, you bastard! She slapped him and hit him in the stomach, gradually becoming weaker until she stopped hitting him and then hugged him while crying. Power, no, please, I don't want to lose anyone else. Don't leave me, Denji. Hey, don't cry, I'm not dead yet. Upon hearing Denji's voice, Power would punch him in the face, then kiss him on the cheek and hug him tightly. Kishibe would be calmly drinking alcohol, watching the scene out of the corner of his eye. Power, don't scare me again, idiot. Denji, hey, don't hit me and then hug me, only Aki does that. Power, I learned it from him, you fool. Denji, that makes sense. Hey master, is training over? Kishibe, that's it for today. I want to see you active early tomorrow, and no vegetative state. Denji, I promise. Wait a minute. Were you worried about me? Kishibe. No. Denji. You're so curt, old man. Power. Yes. Although at least it cured you indirectly. Denji. Whatever. Let's go home. Aki told me we were going to make curry with golden rice today. Power. How delicious. Denji. Yes. Hey. Master, would you like to come for dinner? Upon hearing those words, Kishibe stopped drinking and looked in surprise at Denji, who was looking at him with a smile. The old man stood up from the seat, a tombstone, to walk towards Denji. Kishibe, well, I have nothing to do, why not? Denji, okay, but if you don't finish your meal, you'll do the dishes. Power, hee, the teacher obeys the student. Ha ha. Kishibe, heavy sigh, I hope the food is good. Denji, trust me, you'll love it. While the four of them ate in the living room, Aki and Denji remained quiet, eating peacefully. Power, on the other hand, was now more boisterous and ate much faster than before. Kishibe noticed the boys' contentment as they ate and smiled a little. He also noticed that Power was much happier and showed signs of having made a sudden change. Kishibe felt good, though strange. He wondered if this was how Goku felt eating with the boys. He calmly watched Power and Denji argue and act like children, while Aki yelled at them to behave like they had before what had happened. Kishibe smiled and took a sip of orange juice. After eating, he was about to leave. While Denji washed the dishes and Aki tidied up, Power took advantage of the moment and grabbed Kishibe's sleeve. Power, if you want, you can sleep here, you rascal. Kishibe, I can't. We have to train tomorrow, and I don't want to take up that room either. Pointing to a closed door with a gleaming golden handle, Power understood and said goodbye to Kishibe, calmly closing the door and waiting for the others to reproach him. But he only saw Denji standing leaning against the wall, staring at the closed door. Denji, hey, Power/Aki. What? Denji, do you think he'll come back? Aki, I don't know, he said he was an enemy. Power, but do you really believe that? Denji, that's right. We don't know for sure if he's really a friend or an enemy. Damn it. Why does the situation always get so complicated? Aki, the truth is, whether enemy or friend, I will still greet him with a bowl of ramen. Power, that's right, I'll make him lunch. Denji then hugged them both from behind, putting himself in the middle. Denji, hey, if we see that palm tree again, we're going to give it a few kicks for being a Latino dad. Haha. Aki, I agree with my esteemed colleague. Power, I feel like a little kid arriving at Christmas. The three of them would be excited to see Goku. They had planned everything. Now it was just a matter of waiting. The next day, Denji and Power's training would begin early in a nearby square. While Aki was sent on a mission with the demon angel, they didn't get along well. But they weren't exactly on bad terms either. They only bothered to talk about the mission, and then wouldn't even speak to each other. Meanwhile, Denji and Power were being analyzed by Kishibe, who told them to stop thinking about stupid things and focus on surviving. Denji would try and fight, but the result was always the same. Power knocked out and Denji out of the fight. Kishibe, they need to improve their thinking in combat. If they let their emotions take over, they will lose control, and that might cost them their lives. Denji, so we shouldn't think and just attack? Power, so that it attacks and doesn't think. Denji, that's the same thing I said, you brute. Power, nah, mine's better anyway. Denji, you idiot, we said the same thing. Only yours is simpler. Power, he's still the best idiot. Denji, you wanna fight? You know who I am, you moron. Power, my whore. The two would start hitting each other and pulling each other's hair. That's just Power because Denji wanted to just grab her. Power would then bite Denji's chest and pull his hair. Stupid my hair idiot. Power, this is what happens when you don't share your cake. Denji, I wasn't going to give it to you even if you asked me, you bitch. Kishibe, kids, I'm leaving. Keep practicing. Denji, goodbye teacher. Power, goodbye old man. Denji, where were we? Oh yeah. You were a whore. Power. Fuck your mother. Dingy. Don't mess with my mommy. While they were fighting, Aki would arrive home. Upon opening the door, he found himself alone. Unconcerned about being alone, he walked straight to his room. But as he reached the hallway, he heard a noise behind him. Aki was about to draw his sword when he noticed only a small box on the floor. He walked carefully toward it, picked it up, and examined it. He put down his sword and carefully opened the box. Inside, he looked to make sure everything was all right, and then he noticed a photograph. With tears in his eyes, he took out the photo, placed it on the table, and began to wonder, who sent it to me? He continued to cry. Dingy and Power arrived home from the plaza and opened the door to find Aki sitting on the couch. They wondered why he was like that, but then they saw the photo on the living room table. Dingy started to tear up and Power began to cry, then ran to her room and slammed the door shut. Dingy and Aki stared at each other for a moment, then looked at the photo. Dingy, damn it, Aki, I hate not seeing him. The photo showed Dingy, Power, Aki, and Goku eating at a restaurant with Himino and the others. In the photo, Goku and Himino were hugging, and Dingy, Power, and Aki were hugging each other like siblings. Dingy would see the box and examine it inside. Upon closer inspection, he noticed there was a letter. Aki and Dingy would read the letter aloud. Aki, I know you'll hate me for abandoning you, but I didn't want to bring you any more trouble. From the day Himino died, I realized that my presence in this world was a problem. Dingy, I understand that despite everything you want to see me or talk, but I'm afraid that will be impossible. I don't want you to take this as a goodbye, much less a sad ending. I just want you to live your lives in peace. Grab the bag and do what you have to do. I'll take care of the demons. You live the life you've always wanted. Power. They need to live it. The two of them would see Power with red eyes and flushed cheeks. Dingy would get up and leave the house to get some air. Aki would stay in the living room silently looking at the letter. Power would go back to his room with Nyanko. At that moment Aki's phone started ringing. He answered and quickly went to his room to change and leave the house on a motorcycle. Upon seeing him leave, Dingy would take some money from his bag and go for a walk around the city. Power would do the same, but with Nyanko. Upon arriving at the location, Aki encountered the demon angel. Upon seeing a vein in Aki's neck, the demon revealed himself. However, the demon climbed onto the motorcycle and indicated the location of the unexpected patrol. Aki, annoyed, handed over the helmet and began to drive. Dingy was walking when he saw a charity shop. Having nothing better to do, he donated. He was given a rose and continued walking, heading somewhere he didn't know. It started to rain, and he quickly took shelter in a phone booth, but then a girl went inside as well. Oh, I'm sorry. There just wasn't any room. Dingy, no problem. Hey, sorry if this is awkward, but what's your name? You're really pretty. Reese. Well, my name is Reese, and yours? Dingy. My name takes out the rose. My name is Dingy. Reese. Oh, what a lovely name, Dingy. Taking the rose, hee. Tell me, do you want some coffee now? I work in a coffee shop. Dingy. Why not? As the rain let up a bit, they both left the cabin and walked to the cafe. Once inside, they both ordered coffee. Dingy said it was rather disgusting to him, since he never drank it. Reese smiled at how cute he looked, took her coffee, and walked over to Dingy. Reese, come whenever you want. I'll be here working and waiting for you. Dingy. Hee. What a bargain, then I'll come more often, not to mention every day. The two said their goodbyes, and as Dingy left, he saw a shark fin hiding on the ground. Without thinking, Dingy went after it. When he cornered it, he was about to transform. But then a tall man with a shark's head emerged from the ground. Beam, Dingy. Hee. Hi, old man. Dingy. Why were you following me, demon? Beam, Makima's orders. Besides, I see you're having a romance. Tell me how it went, brother. Dingy. Well, I guess so. Beam, And do you like it a lot or is it just a fling? Dingy. Well, she's very pretty, so. Beam, did you fall in love? That's my bro. Dingy. Hey, don't hit me on the head. It hurts, you bastard. Beam, and tell me, what's his name? Dingy. Let's walk. I'll tell you in a bit, little shark. Beam. Okay. Little mountain range. As they were walking towards the house, the two of them saw Aki returning somewhat damaged. Dingy. Hey, what happened to you, Aki? Beam, are you okay? Aki. I got into a fistfight with the blonde dwarf. Dingy/Beam. Who won? Aki. I. Beam? Well, that's my champion. Dingy. That's how it's done. Show them who's in charge here. While they were talking, Power arrived calmly with Nyanko. Everything seemed normal. Dingy went out to the cafe every afternoon with Beam. Although he did it secretly, Aki, despite her differences with the angel, ended up getting along. Let's say, Power also patrolled but did so with Kobeni, and Kishibe still couldn't find any information about the gun demon and the remaining henchmen. One day, Dingy, unable to read, was invited by Reese to study with her. They had a lovely time, learning some math and a little English. Afterward, they went swimming, and Reese taught Dingy how to swim. Relaxed, they took the time to talk about everyday things like the countryside, the city, breakfasts, their jobs, and their lives. Reese, Dingy, there's a festival tomorrow. Do you want to come with me? Dingy. Yeah. I have nothing to do, and I guess I'll just be with you. Reese, before you leave, why don't we run away to Europe together? Dingy. Sounds good, but I have Power and Aki here. I wouldn't want to leave them alone, you know. Reese, okay, think about it. Next Monday I'm going to London, England. Dingy. Any important business? Reese. Just live peacefully. Dingy. If I were to go, would you want to be my girlfriend? Reese. Dingy. I'll wait for the answer on Monday. Reese. Dingy. Dingy, Reese. Please take care of yourself. Can you do that for me? Dingy. I'll do it for you. Dingy and Reese said their goodbyes and went to their respective homes. Beam followed Dingy, and as they talked, Dingy felt something strange, a premonition that something strange was about to happen to Reese. Beam, for his part, just ate a hot dog while listening to Dingy complain about his life. Beam, hey, your life isn't so bad. You have what are like brothers, your dad, even though he abandoned you, might be secretly watching over you, and besides, you have a house and a beautiful life ahead of you. I think any human being would want what you have. Even me. Dingy. Yes, but still, the nicest girl in your life is dead, your real father died, and your adoptive father abandoned you. Now the girl I like wants to leave, and my brothers, so to speak, aren't going to agree to leaving the country. No matter how much money you make, you'll never be happy unless it's on your own terms. Beam, Okay, whatever you say, bro. Upon arriving home, Dingy went to sleep in his room, while Beam stayed on the couch and hours later fell asleep on it. Aki and Power arrived from patrolling, covered in blood from some demons and agents of the gun demon. The next day, while Beam slept, Dingy took advantage of the situation and left without waking him, riding his bicycle to the festival. Upon arriving, he met Reese, who took him on a tour of the grounds. They went to games and ate exotic foods sold at the festival. After playing and enjoying the festivities, the two went to an alley to kiss. Dingy and Reese began kissing passionately, each trying to corner the other. Dingy broke the kiss for lack of air, then returned to it, and began to hug and caress Reese's intimate areas. She began to moan, but then, noticing that Dingy was off guard, she knocked him out with her elbow, striking him in the neck. When she saw Dingy's body already on the ground, she picked it up and started to carry it away, but Beam came out of the ground and took Dingy's body, moving Reese out of the way. Beam, damn, what a crazy chick. And I thought I was the only one who liked crazy women. Dingy, damn, that hit hurt. I like tough guys, but not the ones who try to kill me. Beam, Shut up and start running, bro. That crazy woman smells like a bomb. Dingy. What the hell are you talking about? Suddenly, a massive explosion erupted in the alley. A figure shot out of the smoke and hurtled into the air, descending towards Dingy and Beam. Upon seeing it, the two instinctively began to run faster. Beam, already incredibly fast, grabbed Dingy and started running at top speed to escape the demon bomb. The bomb then crashed down behind them, creating a huge explosion that sent them slamming into a shop, shattering the door and tumbling through tables and into several people inside. Beam, damn, it hurts, it hurts, it hurts. This is going to hurt a lot when I sleep. Rubbing his back. Dingy, damn, even my hair hurts. My thoughts hurt just from seeing her. Cracking his neck. Beam, listen up, average people, get out of here. There are no deals today, and the store is closing for renovations. Dingy, also because the cook caught the flu and the waitresses are in a nursing home taking care of their grandparents. The locals ran away. While that was happening, Reese in his demonic form Bombo walked to the place. Dingy, damn, I have to admit it, you look really sexy in that. Beam, she may be crazy, but she's a sexy crazy woman. No way. Dingy, not on your life. Reese, that's what you're going to be. Dingy, dead. Dingy, well, I'm not even alive. Beam, cheapskate. Reese, how childish. Stop the nonsense and act like devil hunters. Dingy, I'm too lazy, but I'll do it for you. Beam, if you give me a kiss, I will invade Jerusalem for you. Reese, men, placing his hand on his forehead, whatever, fight or die. She was about to attack, but Dingy transformed into Chainsaw Man, and together with Beam, they began the fight. Being close to Dingy, she dodged the slash aimed at her and instinctively punched Dingy in the face, creating an explosion that sent him flying. Beam tried to strike her, but she swiftly dodged the blow, getting behind him and delivering an explosive kick that sent him flying into some rubble. Dingy tried to get up, but as he knelt, Reese stepped on his head, knocking him back to the ground. Unable to get up, he transformed back. Dingy, hey, stepping on my face is exciting for you, Reese? Dingy, I said that because you still have your foot on me. Besides, I see why I can't beat you. Reese, what is the reason? Dingy, I wouldn't want to hurt you, you're the girl I like. Is there any more important reason than that? Aki, that was touching, but not while I'm here. Reese, what? Dingy, bruh. Beam, hits the demon on the back of the neck. Broo. Aki, get in the truck now. The three of them would get into the truck, leaving Reese behind. Angel, that woman is coming. How fast can this truck go? Aki, let's find out. At that moment, Aki put it in first gear, and the truck accelerated to almost 400 kilometers per hour. Everyone was surprised by the speed, especially Aki, who hadn't expected such a sudden burst of speed. Aki, this thing is amazing. Dingy, I think we've lost her. A sound of footsteps can be heard on the ceiling. Dingy, oh no, here it is. Beam, I hope the roof holds up. Angel, I doubt it. At that moment, Reese would cause an explosion which would make her fall out of the truck. But the truck was as if nothing had happened. Aki, this thing is the best of the best. Dingy, it withstood an explosion. Damn, it's a good thing we were cleaning it up. Beam, it continues to amaze me. Angel, that's great. Yay! Seriously, Aki. Okay, we'll go home or to the port, choose. Dingy, Angel, Beam, port. Aki, to hell with it, let's go! They were driving at top speed to get there quickly, but unfortunately for them, Reese was there too, and she wasn't alone. A huge demon was greeting them. Aki, Dingy, Beam, and Angel got out of the car to fight the two demons. Reese, seeing them approach, revealed a button in her hands. Aki, damn it, everyone to the SUV. Reese, boom! A massive explosion rocked the area. The entire port had exploded, and even a section of the road was blasted. Dingy lay on the ground, stunned. trying to figure out where he was, but all he saw around him was rubble and blood. Aki, also stunned, was clutching Angel. Both were injured, but nothing serious, just a few scratches and some cuts on their lips and eyebrows. Bean was trapped among the debris, his leg pinned beneath a huge piece of rubble from the port, leaving him bleed profusely. Denji, what happened? No one answered, and all he could see in the distance was a figure approaching. It was large, imposing, with a white t-shirt and a black jacket, and hair that defied gravity. Denji's eyes widened in shock until